Is my business too big for Xero? Is what we're dealing with today on the eCentral Business Show. I'm John Nayler, joined by Rob King from Xperion Accountants. This final episode in this series. Rob, when does Xero run out of legs with a business?
Look, certainly we've got a lot of clients that use Xero. I think our largest client probably turns over close to 15 million.
Okay.
And I certainly wouldn't say that Xero's, or they're too big for Xero.
Mm-hmm.
Xero's got a few different subscription levels depending on how many staff you've got. Top subscription level is based on having more than 100 staff.
Right.
Which is a reasonable cost for a business who in the past has probably had to spend tens of thousands of dollars on hardware and software to upgrade all their computers to have something internally. Mm-hmm. But Xero does the job just as good. Definitely.
Okay. Now at that sort of level, with 100 staff or more type thing, that's more about like the number of people on the payroll is the way they measure that out, is it not correct?
Yeah, exactly right. So if you're doing your payroll through Xero, which you certainly should, because it's got a number of fantastic features within their payroll system, Xero's based on how many staff you're paying at any one time. So if you have a lot of staff turnover, it doesn't count the staff that have left. It's only how many you've got on that payroll
that are
at
on
any
the
one point in time.
Okay. Yeah. Was it actually watching as well? I take it. Is that simple?
Yeah, it's. I don't know how they do it in the background, but basically what they do is if you did go over that 100 mark, you would then get an email when you're trying to process your payroll. They'd click in and say, well, look, you're trying to process 101 staff this year, just upgrade from X dollars to Y dollars, and then you're good to go.
Nice setup by those guys. And we talked about in a previous video about the real benefit around like Xero was the super stream stuff, which I understand is actually Australian tax law or...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that's one of the things that I love about Xero is the fact that if there's a change in the law or the legislation, Xero is right on top of it. So SuperStream is obviously one where the government now says you need to report via this SuperStream agency. Mm-hmm. Xero is fantastic. You press a button, it reports it to the SuperStream agency. Mm-hmm. But what it also does is it automatically pays all those staff their super and automatically takes it out of your bank account. So it does the process automatically. Whereas I've had a client who had a software designed for them. It just didn't work. It was just clunky and they had to pay more to have an extra add-on put in.
Oh, more integration software.
Absolutely.
Repairs.
And every time you get on the phone and ask the software designer to make a small change, they're charging you for it. Xero does it all
Well, it's all online, isn't it? Xero exists in the cloud, so then therefore any change in legislation, tax law, super...
happens automatically, yeah. Any changes in tax rates for all your staff and that sort of thing. So
ATO probably calls Xero first to make sure.
Well, yeah, there's a big collaboration there between the two because the ATO says, well, if we're trying to put this on the people, we need you to deliver it as well. So, and interesting talking about the cloud side of things. Some clients do have that reservation about being in the cloud, but look, the security that Xero has around that is much more secure than your desktop computer sitting over there, sitting on your desk all day.
We hear count endlessly about the devastation within businesses of all sorts where crypto locker viruses get in and take out their medical practice or their whatever type of business, So if anything's in the cloud is really, really secure in Xero, yeah?
Absolutely, it's fully protected. If something happens to your existing computer, you throw it away, you pick up another one, you log into Xero, you're good to go. So.
Yeah, okay, good, big responsibility on their shoulders, mind you, but I'm sure they're taking all sorts of steps. Now, the other thing I want to touch on is that there's obviously businesses out there that are larger, but the complexity of their business probably necessitates that they do have some sort of bespoke piece of software or something that's around ERP, manufacturing.
Yep.
What happens in that situation?
Yeah, look, Xero doesn't confess to be all and end all of software. It's an accounting package that helps small business owners. If you're in a specific industry, you may need other software around that. So tradies are a great example, or builders. They'll have their own software that they will allocate jobs, they'll allocate staff, they'll do all their costing and estimating, and then that information then flows into Xero after they've done that. So they don't have to worry too much about the Xero side of things. They can have an admin person actually doing a lot of that. they do what they do in their industry-specific software. And there's a lot of different industries out there that need that industry-specific software.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. Now, just about wound up, just about out of time. Are all accountants born equal in the Xero game? I know that you're an enormous fan. How does it work, Rob?
Yeah, look, I think we've mentioned before that there's certain levels of, well, not subscriptions, but accountants have different levels of how good they are or how much they use Xero. So we're currently a gold level partner, which basically means we've got a lot of clients that use Xero. We've seen some. Oh, what's the nice word of saying this? Horrible is probably a basic word that I'm going to use. Work come from other accountants that have had no idea how to use Xero. They're stuck in their old-fashioned way. They import it into their own system, and then they can't help their clients because the client's screaming for help on their Xero system, and they go, well, sorry, we're not accredited. We don't know how to use it. So,
okay. Well, you said all your staff, even every single member of your staff is.
Yep.
Xero accredited. Yeah.
Absolutely. From day one through when they walk through the door, if they're not accredited, that's one of the first things we make them do because they need that accreditation.
So you're more than tax accountants. You're actually extending out to that area of like Xero support, Xero bookkeeping support.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, probably 90% of what we do revolves around helping clients with their Xero, and whether that's their bookkeeping, their BAS, or just even checking what they have done within Xero itself. Sure. That probably forms 90%. Yes, we also need to do the tax returns at the end of the year. That's one of those necessary evils. But look, clients don't want us to prepare the tax return. They want us to help them with Xero, and that's what we're there for.
Oh, fabulous. Okay, how do people get hold of the Xperion Accountants and Rob King? How do they get there, Rob King? Yeah, absolutely. Probably jump on our website. It's the quickest and easiest way, xperion.com.au. That's Xperion with no E at the front. Okay. We're more than happy to take calls, take emails, and help small business owners wherever we can. Fabulous, Rob. Thank you very much for coming in. My pleasure. Thanks again. Okay, that's another episode done of the eCentral Business Show. I'm John Nayler. Thank you very much for watching another episode of the eCentral Business Show. What we're doing on the eCentral Business Show is we're bringing you business leaders and the best of the knowledge. We want to bring them on the show and release that content so that that's something that we can share with you by this easy to consume format. So you can follow us across LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, or just regularly visit the eCentral.com.au/show website. Pick out the best things for you and educate yourself on that premise. Now there's video content there for you, so you can just watch the video and inform yourself in your own time. We've also now podcasting that content as well, so it's really simple to consume. You can listen to it on the way to work in the car or during your daily exercise regime. Beyond that, we're also looking to connect with business experts. So if you consider yourself to be an expert in your field, please make contact so we can schedule you in and have you come on the show. So you can release your content and increase your brand across our format. Beyond that, we also invite people to send us their email address so we can send you our monthly magazine. And that's just the best of the content, the best of the videos for the month. Put out once again, and an email arrives in your inbox so you can just go through and pick